the turns. That's the feedback he's given to that team, guys.
Caution is out. Contact over in turn
Backstretch.
2. How about that?
Oh, big
Pretty
crash.
heavy.
Austin Hill, the 02 truck.
The 52 of Stuart Friesen got some damage in that as well. There's Wendell Chavis in the 49.
See the damage to the left rear of that Chevrolet truck.
Those guys all back around the 19th, 20th, 21st spot, back in that territory.
They run so fast here at Dover, Vince. I think they started wrecking over in turn 2 and didn't get done until they were down halfway down the back straightaway. Big damage for Stuart Friesen.
Michael, you talk about the straightaways here being banked 9 degrees. If something happens on exit of these corners, there's really nowhere to go but to the inside. Let's see if we can figure out what happens. Look at the top of our screen. Looks like Chavis got loose and started it.
Oh, and he backs up the track.
Yeah.
And the drivers did an excellent job. They thought he would stay on the bottom. That's conventional wisdom here. Everything slides off the track.
Down, stay high, stay high, stay high. Watch where you're going, watch where you're going. Inside, 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 inside. Keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. Clear right there, bud.
I got to tell
a little bit of contact. Talk to me about it.
Talk to me about it. Wasn't bad for the 13 truck. He did a nice job. Stuart Friesen, the further back you are, Phil, you're in that sweet spot. Well, it's actually a sire spot. You're back just far enough where you can't see what's happening up off turn 2, and it's almost impossible to get one of these big trucks stopped.
A handful of trucks involved, some with a little more serious damage than others. Coming back to Dover.
Bottom clear, outside 88, bottom clear, top covered.
Yeah, definitely
top
an
covered
issue.
for 2, outside, inside 98, top clear, outside now, 3 mid, 3 mid.
Oh, there it goes. And Christopher Bell is into the wall.
Left rear. Hang on to lock her down, right onto the pit lane.
Second in points. Bell started, well, that restart, he started from the 4th position and had slipped 7 spots back. And that tire goes down, crashes from 11th.
Vince, he was in that near crash between his teammate Noah Gregson and Ross Chastain. I saw him sideways in the middle of that. Probably got a little contact there, Phil. That knocked a chunk out of that left rear tire.
Acting crew chief on this 24 truck here today. They're also missing the truck chief as well. So, and there he goes around for a spin, Michael.
Yeah, that truck looked loose. Oh, it's.
And there's Haley from 2nd place. The frustration of Ryan McKinney.
Yeah, what great strategy, what a great call he made to get them the track position, put Haley up there toward the front. Justin did a great job of holding that track position, but the truck had began to get loose. Be interesting to see if there's any contact, or maybe he just pushes it. Yeah.
Just got loose there and trying to get the power down. We talked about how these guys will get the power down to the center of the corner and then have to actually pedal back off the throttle to make the exit.
I was just too loose and he got up under me. I don't know if he touched me or not.
You see, I was curious of the same thing, because so many times when you see a couple of trucks racing so close together, there is contact. And with a loose truck that Haley was dealing with, the fact that Gillen got right on the back of him just made him arrow loose, and around he went.
Well, we talk about those kind of incidents and how so often here at Dover they end up collecting others. It's amazing that more weren't involved in this. Look at Gillen barely getting by without any contact of Haley.
And Cindric was able to, Kligerman was able to slip up the high side. You could see the chain reaction back there. They were still trying to crash coming off turn 2.
Stage 2.
Oh.
And the caution is out, and it's big. It's the 75 of Kligerman.
A lot of damage to the 8 of John Hunter Nemechek, too.
I think I saw the 45 of TJ Bell maybe involved in that incident also. There's
Heavy damage
Nemechek.
for Joe Nemechek's truck, driven by his son, John Hunter.
Crafton will get the stage win.
So Matt Crafton's first stage win of the season, and there is Bell, as mentioned, part of that incident.
That's the team that has had a number of different drivers this year, TJ being in it.
Whoa, that's the oil that is coming out of that truck.
Heavy damage on that 8 of John Hunter.
But that's part of the chances you take when you get off strategy a little bit. Parker Kligerman's been up front this entire race. Decided to use some pit strategy, which I thought was sound pit strategy because they're not racing for stage points. And that put him right in the middle of this.
But Vince nailed it. He said it's going to be a wild shootout for this stage. And you can see just loose off the corner was John Hunter, and he collects Parker Kligerman.
Yeah, nothing Parker did wrong at all.
And then bam, TJ Bell runs in to the spinning Kligerman.
This looked like Nemechek just got loose there on the restart when he gassed it up.
Well, we saw the same thing with Justin Haley when he was battling for the second position. You watch these trucks come off the corner and lap after lap, and they're pretty solid, look steady, but they're right on the edge of being loose and spinning out every lap.
Austin Wayne Self. Look at the 19. The 19 of Austin Cindric is up into the outside wall.
And the caution is out, and that's Austin Cindric coming off that career best 5th place finish last week. Right side damage. Was running 8th at the time.
I think nobody really ventured up there in practice, and I think these guys couldn't believe how little grip there was up there. Let's see what happens to Austin. He's probably going to get a little bit loose and has to chase it up the hill. And there's no grip up there. You see the back end of that truck. He does a nice job not letting it spin around, but he just ran out of room, Todd.
Well, and that wasn't caused by the being in the second groove by any means. He just got loose at the bottom and had to chase it up where there is absolutely no grip.
How about taking a look at it from the view of Timothy Peters?
See, Austin's up there leading that pack, just gets a little bit loose.
Stay low, stand up high, stand up high. Yellow's out, stay low.
Fortunately, didn't collect the others that were all running right there in that pack of about 8th through 12th.
Right now with Matt Crafton. You can go through 1 and 2 on the outside at a little bit of a reduced speed after a restart. Oh, we got a trouble already. Another truck around.
And that's the one of Jordan Anderson. Again, the caution is out. Didn't even get a lap completed. Anderson back there in that 16th spot prior to the spin.
I'm going to say there's a little contact there because, like Phil said, coming up to speed, you don't have all your speed through that corner. So the outside groove is not going to be that difficult on restarts.
Hate to see that for Jordan. Goes through so much each week just to get to the track and then to have an issue here early. Let's see if we
maybe
can.
not the third lane.
The third lane is tough.
Yeah.
That might have been too much speed for the third lane. The second lane, he could have been okay. But
the second lane was occupied, though.
Well, that's true. Good point. He was on the outside of 3 wide here. And that's a great view of it. Just absolutely no grip out there above at least the second lane, and 35, something like that.
So give about 30 from the end, or with 49 to go. As Stuart Friesen is in the wall. Boy, they were already in the backup truck after some contact in practice. Tough break for Friesen.
And a tough break for Cody Kaufman that came to pit road. He was running in the 12th spot. Stuart Friesen was running 18th. Cody right now is being shown 2 laps down, and there are no trucks being shown 1 lap down, so he might get one of those laps back. And I think if everybody else comes to pit road, he might possibly get the wave around as well.
Heavy damage to that Chevrolet Silverado for Stuart Friesen. Here's what happened.
Yeah, it looks like a right front tire or something broke in the right front suspension, the way that truck turned dead right as he was over there in turn 4.
Long for the ride, nothing he could do about it.
A faster truck, for sure.
Yeah, but if
troubles
into
truck
the wall.
into the outside wall.
Myatt Snyder, turn 2, was running inside the top 10 at the time.
Doesn't look like there's a great deal of contact with the outside wall. I think now everybody's in their pit window. We stay out, Todd, unless we're back, back outside the top 10 needing an adjustment. I think all the trucks up front, we know that they can make it the rest of the way, so we stay out.
Absolutely. Track position is critical and key. You got to have it. If you have it, you don't want to give it up for sure.
Debris on the track. Trying to figure out what that
I think that's
might have
part
come
of the
from.
safer barrier.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. It certainly looked like it. We'll get a
Very
better look at it on the replay as to.
Yeah, very little damage to the 51 Lithuania hot sauce.
Oh, where the logo is here on the wall, that contact took off.
Just
Part of that
quarter of it.
styrofoam yeah, part of that logo. Yep, that's exactly what it is. Right there. It's
Yeah,
missing.
right about there.
Turn 2 has been a handful tonight.
That's a shame. Mike was doing a great job.
But it's still on the lead lap,
Still
and
in-
again,
yeah.
very little damage it looked like to that truck. So Bono Mannion can bring him out, tune him up a little bit. See, just got a little bit wide. He was racing with Ben Rhodes.
I think he had, barely any contact.
Barely. This looks like the spoiler just grabbed that styrofoam, maybe kissed the wall with that right rear corner. Maya did a nice job not letting that truck get any more damage than it did. And watch Travis Quapple, Timothy Peters go by on the outside.
Problem, Phil, if that quarter panel did get the wall, let's get a good close look here.
Bagel right there for about 7th.
Oh, trouble into the
11th.
wall.
John
And
Hunter.
that's the 8 of John Hunter Nemechek. Was running 4th. Heavy damage to the right side.
Tough
He's
break
got
for John
fluid
Hunter.
coming out.
Oh, contact.
Yeah, Haley
Justin
looked like he just either lost the front end or got a little bit loose and had to chase it up the hill. Made contact with that left rear corner, John Hunter. John Hunter had absolutely nothing he could do about it. We talk about he got loose, Todd, but we talk about how John Hunter really pinches those guys down.
You say he had nothing to do with it, but I'm sorry, but he should have gave him more room. You cannot run that tight down on somebody. But he's trying to go through on that second groove, and we know if you get up any higher than what he was going to lose time. So he tried to keep it down, and when you do, you suck that guy around, and this is what happens.
Yeah, that's what we talk about. You lose that side force, you lose that rear down force when someone's that close to you. And again, Todd, as you mentioned, he's trying to stay as low as he can because there's really no grip, just above the second lane up there. But unfortunately, he's going to get the worst of it.
Side by side, going through 3 and 4.
What a save by Johnny Sauter.
Oh, they're still side by side. One into the wall.
Myatt Snyder, the 51, into the wall.
The 33 involved in that incident as well, and the caution is back out. So the key is now who crossed that line in the lead. It looked like maybe Chase Briscoe was in front as they were side by side when that caution came out.
They actually will go to the most recent loop.
Timing loop. Yep.
Yeah, because it may not be the start-finish line. It may be a different route, different scoring loop. As you see, the left front tire is down on Kaz Grala's Kiklo Chevy.
I think that it's going to be Briscoe because he was leading him all the way off of 4.
They were digging side by side, but it's hard to tell who might have had that bumper advantage because it looked like it was going to be that close as you see Grala bringing it to pit lane.
And that's why you never give up.
So it's going to be.
I don't know how
just
Johnny
a quick
Sauter
dash
saved that truck right there. You
to the
saw a little
finish.
bit of contact right there. And this was really the aftermath of that. That was all caused by that 3-wide scrum right in front of these two.
Unfortunate for Myatt Snyder and Kaz Grala. Both having solid runs tonight. Heavy damage to both. Looks like Grala got up into the 27 of Rhodes. Watch it here from the 99 of Timothy Peters. Maybe we'll get a little better view.
Great veteran move to miss this. You see they got seized up with Johnny Sauter there, and that just it looked like it got Ben Rhodes into Myatt Snyder, and that turned Myatt sideways. Kaz came along with nowhere to go.
Maybe even touch there going into 3. Oh, Briscoe gets loose. Austin Wayne Self around. Heavy contact with the 99 of Peters up and over. Austin Wayne Self in the 22, and that upside down 99 is Timothy Peters in that truck for the very first time this season.
Timothy was giving that truck such a great ride.
Yeah,
looks like
windows net's loose.
Yeah,
see the fluid coming out of that truck.
Fortunately, there were no abrupt hits for Timothy, so I'm going to say he's pretty okay.
Look at the damage to that truck. It's amazing how much damage the grass causes on the front stretches of these racetracks.
Well, he got sideways and it ripped the right front off, and that's what dug in. You see all the grass on the right front of the truck, and that's what got it flipping over.
Immediately trying to contain the fluids as the crew members, or the safety crew members, go to work and communicating with Timothy Peters. Under red, they've stopped all the trucks over in turn 3.
There's Austin Wayne Self
being assisted to the ambulance. He'll be taken to the medical center.
Austin Wayne had such a good run going as well. Been up in the top 10 here in the latter part of this race. Obviously, to determine, as we see Timothy sitting in under as they turn that truck back over.
Look at the dirt and the earth attached to that truck as they turn him right side over. Wow, what a great view.
That's a great view right there.
And to see Timothy Peters be able to take off that wheel, unplug the helmet, and he'll climb out to a great round of applause for what he just endured.
Much appreciated by the crowd.
Had a great run going. Fast all night.
And thank you to NASCAR and these truck builders that Timothy can just jump out of that thing and walk away.
I was going to say, he's not going to victory lane, but maybe the biggest winner of the night right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, a tough finish for Timothy Peters and a tough finish for Chase Briscoe as well, to have given it what he gave all night long and for it to come down to this at the finish. There's the replay of the accident that brought out the final caution in the wild ride endured by Timothy Peters.
It looked like the 22 of Austin Wayne Self just got a little bit loose on exit of turn number 4. Got into Johnny Sauter. Watch him get loose on the bottom. Gets into Johnny a little bit. Turns him sideways. Ben Rhodes able to get by. Timothy commits to the bottom. Austin Wayne comes down there. A wild ride for Timothy. Timothy just really didn't even have any choice but to go to the bottom, did he?
No, that normally Austin would have probably come back up the racetrack after that, and he didn't.
How about the view from Matt Crafton? And this is Timothy Peters. Watch this ride. Bell.
Yeah, Rudy's truck here with Christopher Bell driving. Tires cooled off a little bit. He had about 2 good laps in him after this race. Oh, trouble.
Austin Wayne Self in the 45 and Kaz Gralla in the 33.
Oh, and also big spin on the back straightaway. There you see the key close Chevy of Kaz Gralla.
Kaz made some contact with the inside wall.
And look,
Ben Rhodes. Is that
Rhodes.
Ben? It is
It
Ben
is.
Rhodes.
Down into turn 3, he went spinning.
The toe is way off.
Well, you heard Rhodes
We're
say,
done.
oh, bad news for Ben Rhodes in that 27.
Sometimes
The tires are flat.
the driver thinks it's worse than it is. Maybe we get a couple left side tires. See what happens here. Ooh, 3 wide was the attempt, and Kaz Gralla moved up into the 13 of Coughlin. Made a little bit of contact with the inside wall. Nice job, Austin Self, getting his way through that.
That's a battle for 13th, 14th, 15th, right around in that area. As you see, the 13 got his nose in there, and the 33 went up, and 13 was able to back out of it. But the 33 made contact with Rhodes.
Yeah, it's a situation I don't think that the 33 of Kaz Gralla realized that they were 3 wide there.
Look how long Rhodes battled that 27 truck as he went down into turn 3 and finally lost control.
We're going to ride along with him right here.
Here in front of you has no dents or tires last time. Inside 3 wide here, a little bit. Here, hold on to it. Hold on to it. Keep coming here. Keep coming. Hold the brake here. Hold the brake. Hold the brake. Hold the brake.
Yeah, pretty good look
All right, guys,
against
we
the
got
outside
left side.
wall.
Pretty heavy contact on that left front.
Isn't that just the way it goes sometimes? Phil Rhodes had battled himself back into contention. Nothing he could have done there. He just was in the wrong place at the wrong time. And when Gralla came together.
Come on, we got to go.
The left front contact, slapped it with the left rear, and put close to the wall.
See that rear end wiggling around when he came off the corner? He's driving away from Sauter, but he hasn't backed out of it at all.
Oh! Matt Crafton hardened the outside wall.
That's going to bring out the caution. Crafton. Well, that was a big hit for Matt Crafton with 15 to go, and now everybody's going to come to pit lane, right?
I want tires, Mike.
Me too, Phil. You're going to get on our
You
page
changed
now.
your mind?
Well, you didn't want me to, but I want them.
Man, it's a tough decision for Buddy Cisco. How about how fast that 29 truck was, though, in those last 5 or 6 laps? This is the last thing Cisco Briscoe wanted to see.
You
See Matt Crafton putting that window net down.
That's a pretty hard hit to the outside wall. You see some damage on his teammate Grant Enfinger's truck, the 98.
Is that a couple of teammates getting together there?
Sure has
Take
a
a
look
look
at
at
that. See Matt, there's the 98. He was running the high groove, goes by the 99 of Brandon Jones. Get down in the corner here.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah, Grant made the move to the inside. He really closed on Matt really quickly, and don't know if Matt had some sort of an issue or not, but we saw him close up 3 or 4 truck lengths in the matter of a half a straightaway.
Yeah, I think Enfinger just got such a tremendous run off the corner. He closed in on Crafton.
he was so strong a year ago, but he couldn't finish the job. But tonight he has done it. John Hunter Nemechek wins at Iowa. Big crash off of turn 4. The 24 of Haley and the 51 of Harrison Burton involved in that one.
Oh, what a shame. Harrison Burton did such an outstanding job here.
This is what happened between Burton on the inside and that 51 and Justin Haley. Burton got a little bit loose.
Just dove in there and last lap, last corner, thought he could make maybe a dive into turn 3 and gain the advantage. It didn't work out.
Yeah,
Hard contact by both those trucks.
That was a battle for the top 5 position. Grant Enfinger, we saw him go by after they got together, and he finished in the 4th spot.
With no air on his nose, we talk about the aerodynamic turbulence that come off these trucks. That means he's got a really...
Oh! The 44 of Matt Mills into the wall.
That had to be right in front of our leader, Johnny Sauter, because we saw Enfinger.
Keep it up, hold it. You know, coming, keep it, okay, now on the bottom. Just go ahead and stop here.
Christopher Bell make maneuvers to get around him.
He was running in the 25th position on the last truck on the lead lap, maybe fighting to stay on the lead lap, and Sauter was there. And Matt Mills, 20 years old, out of Virginia.
Making his 4th start of the season. Well, that truck Which it looked like it just took off on him. Yeah, there is the leader, Johnny Sauter, right behind him.
Just probably trying to get out of the way of Johnny Sauter, and he got his right sides up out of the groove where the rubber was. You can see Christopher Bell turning hard left to give him plenty of room.
And right there, he just overcorrects, and that's just a delicate balance when you're trying to save a truck at 160, 70 miles an hour. You want to turn it right a little bit to try to get the back end up under you, but there's a point where you have to bail out and just crank it to the left and hope you can straighten it up. If not, just spin down on the infield.
And that's a seat of the pants thing to know when that thing's going to swing back around. You actually have to start turning left before you even need to. See how frustrated and disappointed he is.
From the back, good charge for that team.
And how about that? Teammates 1-2, and Matt Crafton, another Thor Sport machine right behind him. And there's Christopher Bell. Christopher Bell, a two-time winner this season and the current leader in the playoff standings. Doesn't look like he hit anything, but certainly an issue for the 4.
You wonder if there might have been a little contact. There's this crew chief, Rudy Fugel.
Oh, tires up. Okay, left up too.
They're going to have tires, though, Phil.
I would think so. Had to have flat spotted those tires.
Would they put the ones they just took off back on?
I think that's what I would do. I would try to save my. Problem is, they probably won't be able to because they won't have any lug nuts on them. They
haven't had time to glue the lug nuts
back up.
Oh, squeezed. Look at that.
It's the 99 of Brandon Jones, the 19 of Austin Cindric. McSandwich the 4 of Bell.
Truck owner Kyle Busch had a good view of that. He was right behind him.
Oh, and look at the 83 truck.
Yeah, J.J. Yaley did a nice job getting stopped.
Awesome job.
Let's take a look at watch what Kyle was watching here of his truck.
There's Bell just to his left.
Oh, Bell just saw a gap there and shot it up the middle. The hole closed when they got to the turn, and around he went. Come in and put 4 more tires on that thing for 5.
Or maybe 5. Oh, trouble. Ben Rhodes.
The stage 1 winner, Ben Rhodes, is around, and the 98 of Enfinger teammates.
And Matt Crafton also got a piece of the wall as well.
Believe he did. Looked like he got squeezed in there. So 3 Thor Sport trucks involved. How bad is that damage? Oh, yeah, you see the smoke coming from the right front on Matt Crafton.
Yeah, it doesn't look terribly bad, but certainly some damage there.
Crafton did an amazing job getting to the top as soon as he could to avoid his spinning teammates, as it were.
What a blow to both the 27 of Rhodes, who had just completed the stage 1 win, and Grant Enfinger, who had been running in the top 5, our rookie points leader.
Trying to back out of it. The 4 came down on my nose and wrecked us. I know I was trying to back out of it. Jeez.
I tell you, with them 3 and 4 wide over there, though, there's just not much room.
Aren't you surprised, sort of, Phil, that they didn't do that on the last restart?
Yes.
I mean, we know how desperate everybody on that high side is going to be to get to the bottom. It sounded like that's what Rhodes described. He said the Ford truck, Christopher Bell, came over and he was trying to get out of the gas. It'd be interesting to see the great replays we'll have here on Fox as to who actually did what.
You ask and you receive. Here's the replay. There's Bell right there in the middle.
He talked about the 4 of Christopher Bell coming down. Christopher really held his line. There was a lane down below. There was plenty of room down there for the 27.
It looked like the 27 almost was loose before he got to the corner, Phil.
That's what it looked like.
Stand bottom, stand bottom, stand, turn up top, inside, we got one stand out.
Watch it from the 98 of Enfinger. This was a battle right there about the 10th position.
Top of three, spin in front of you, back down, go low.
Wow, you could
just had no time. He just had no time.
Well, you could see Enfinger elected to go high, saw the smoke and went high, and that just turned out to be the wrong decision.
We saw the damage that Crafton incurred right there against the outside wall.
And that didn't look like much, Phil. I don't think that will
ruin his night anyway.
No, I don't think so either.
The
145 of TJ Bell involved in that as well. With
you can see
Crafton.
the 27 sideways before they really even get into the corner. And that's what everyone talked about with this racetrack. It's really flat down there. It takes a long time before the bank catches you. He got loose in that flat part of the racetrack before he got to the banking.
John Hunter Nemechek slowed down, went to the bottom. You can see Kaz Grala and Cody Coughlin both doing a nice job getting over to the bottom. Enfinger was committed to the top, and that's where Rhodes landed.
Well, a big hit for Rhodes and Enfinger, as you see Grant getting out of the...
Look how it buckled the roof on that truck.
A lot of damage to that machine, and obviously done for the night as Enfinger climbs out. Sauter and Snyder were side by side momentarily, and now Snyder scores the spot, and John Hunter Nemechek has got a mirror full of Austin Cindric, and now Gregson goes around.
What a job. What a job by that young man hanging onto that truck.
Don't tear the fender off of it.
We talked about the racetrack being ultra smooth. Looked like maybe the apron wasn't quite as smooth. He got to bouncing down there and turned him sideways.
Parker Kligerman with a little bit of damage as well. Gregson was running in the 5th spot. He had just won stage 2.
See if we can see what happens. They're all diving to the bottom to get around Myatt Snyder, who didn't get a run off turn 4. Looked like maybe Gregson just too low and bounced up into the side of Cindric, and around the 18 went.
Yeah, it bottomed out, then the thing jumped up the hill into Cindric.
They saw the spark come from underneath the 18 truck.
Look at those guys just keeping their trucks straight and the gas down, trying to get around the outside of the spinning 18. Gregson never stopped driving it and got it pointed in the right direction. Watch him just get too low and bam.
Watch him start bouncing. He just, the front tires weren't on the ground. That's why he jumped out into Austin Cindric's truck.
Great job by Cody Coughlin in the yellow truck. You could see him just crowd up just enough to miss the spinning 18. Watch Coughlin in that Jegs truck. He sees he's got to get high, moves up just in time.
Couldn't really see anything. I'm sure Terry Cook, his spotter, probably gave him some help there.
How about this vision of Kyle Busch? That was close.
Barely had time to crack the throttle.
That could have collected 7 or 8 trucks in a hurry.
Easily.
Yep.
I think maybe he got down on the drain.
Yeah, quite possibly hit that drain.
Maybe drain O if you do that.
Continuing another one of those drivers that just continuing to get better and better as Myatt Snyder gets sideways.
Hang on to it. Keep it up there. Keep it up there. Brakes, 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 brakes. Okay, you're good. Get rolling.
Had been running 11th.
That's just great information from Brett Griffin, the spotter. Brakes, brakes, brakes. You really want to do some donuts after the race, not during.
Drive it straight, man.
But you know, Phil, your tendency is to keep driving it and not just lock it down. But Brett knows if you get the brakes on, then the other oncoming trucks have a chance to avoid you. They can see you stopping, they can get around you. Keep it rolling. Nobody knows where you're headed.
And you could see when the 51, he had the brakes locked, but it was still sliding down the racetrack a little bit.
So now 3 of the 4 KBM trucks have spun, and not a one of them's hit anything.
Wow, that's just loose.
Yeah, he got really, really loose. That's Austin Hill going around. Austin does an awesome job getting around the outside, as well as Parker Kligerman down on the inside.
You can see right there, locked up, just like spotter Brett Griffin was saying. That slows the momentum. People are able to drive around.
He just got loose getting down in turn 3. That's what a lot of people talked about was a trouble spot in this racetrack. You get loose down in 3, and then once you catch the banking, then you start getting tight. Around Myatt went. Myatt was running just outside the top 10 when this happened.
Fortunate again that not only did he not hit anything, but no one else got into him, losing their vision in that smoke that's created by the spin, or the fact that they were just racing so closely. So anytime you can have an incident like that and no one gets damage, got to consider it a break.
Yeah, pit road is closed right now, but
Brandon Jones for second while Bell takes the lead. Oh, and a big crash. Truex involved.
Kaz Grala also involved.
We got it.
Both these guys having such a great run.
just so dicey on these restarts.
So Ryan Truex and Kaz Grala.
Those trucks are total bents.
The restarts, when you got to get it, you got to get your spots, but also that makes it the most dangerous, the most likely time for you to get together with another.
Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't had more of these incidents on these restarts.
Me too. You saw the battle up front. Brandon Jones dove inside of John Hunter and got that second position.
18 truck ran me straight up the racetrack. I know where to go. Sorry.
There's the radio communication, and let's get a better look at what happened. Truex in the 16 and the 33 is Kaz Grala.
Wow, Kaz just had a great run on the inside of the 02 of Austin Hill, and the door was shut. Kaz out of control. Truex, unfortunately, just a victim. You can see right there. Another case that looked a whole lot like Ben Rhodes' crash. You know, you commit to trying to fire down in there, and when someone shuts the door, it's too late to back out.
And like that Rhodes incident that collected Infinger, this incident for Grala collected Ryan Truex. Tough break for Truex. Been having such a good season.
That's 2 tough breaks in a row. Lost an engine at Iowa and
look just ahead of those guys crashing. You saw Kyle Busch and Austin Hill make some contact. So Busch, after that rough pit stops inside the top 10, but he nearly got taken out there as well.
51 of Myatt Snyder will get the free pass. Take a look at it from the view of Kyle Busch.
That was Kaz down to his inside. You see Austin Hill to 0-2. The 02 moved up and touched him. You heard Kyle burp the throttle there for just a second.
End of the night for Truex. End of his truck as well. Truex just couldn't get to the bottom. Watch, Kaz bumps into the 02, and the 02 of Hill into Kyle Busch. See the contact right there.
I was lucky it didn't cut down that left rear tire.
Up in the air for Truex in that 16 truck as he rode the side with Grala. There's Kaz's tore up number 30,